If you've ever sat in your car after drop-off thinking, I'm failing at everything, then this video is for you. I'm Mary, a pediatric PA and mom of 3, and I work with loving, capable working moms who feel this guilt every single day. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about why working mom guilt hits so hard, what it actually means, and how to start breaking the cycle without piling more pressure on yourself. That sinking feeling, that voice telling you that you're not enough, that constant sense that no matter where you are, you should be somewhere else. That's working mom guilt. And I want you to hear this clearly. It is not your fault. Friend, I've lived this season myself. Today we're breaking down why working mom guilt feels so heavy, what's actually happening underneath it, what it does not mean about you, and 7 simple practical ways to feel lighter. Not perfect, just lighter. Let's get into it. Picture this. Your daughter hands you a crumpled paper from her backpack. A class party 2 days from now, middle of the workday. Her face just lights up. Mommy, you're coming, right? And your heart sinks. Your day is booked. People are depending on you. There's just no way to rearrange everything. You tell her, I can't this time. Her excitement fades, and you hug her, and then you cry on the drive to work because you feel like you failed her. That moment, that gut punch, that whisper that you're not doing enough, that's working mom guilt. And again, this is not your fault. Let's slow this down. You're being asked to be fully present at home, fully present at work, never stressed, never tired, never overwhelmed, and somehow enjoy every minute. That expectation alone is impossible. And on top of that, you're carrying a massive invisible load. Every appointment, every school form, every lunch, every bedtime routine, every emotional need, every plan, every detail, plus your actual job. This isn't because you're unorganized. It's because you're carrying more than one human should carry. And research backs this up. Moms experience significantly more guilt than dads because society holds mothers to a standard fathers are rarely judged by. Now, add social media. The perfect lunches, the themed birthday parties, the moms who look effortless. What you don't see is the burnout, the takeout nights, the tears in the pantry, the guilt that keeps them up too. Here's how that guilt trap works. While you're at work, you feel bad for not being at home with your kids. When you're with your kids, you feel bad about work piling up. You never feel caught up, and the cruel part, that guilt steals your ability to be present in the moments you do have. Here's the hard truth. Here in the US, the system is not built to support mothers. Not with our policies, not with our expectations. So, the guilt you feel, that's not proof that you're failing. It's proof that you're trying to do something incredibly hard with far too little support. Let me put it on both hats here. Pediatric PA and mom, your guilt is not a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's a sign that you care deeply. Moms who don't care don't feel guilty. Your kids don't need perfect, they need present. And present does not mean 24/7 availability. It means being responsive most of the time, repairing when things get messy, and loving them in real, everyday ways. Those moments matter far more than any single event on the calendar. And here's something you need to hear. Working does not harm your kids. Kids of working moms often grow up to be confident, independent, and resilient. Daughters benefit from seeing their moms use their skills in the world. Sons learn that women are whole people, not just caregivers. And when you miss something important, that's a repair that shapes them. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I know it was hard. Tell me everything. That builds security. It builds trust, and it builds resilience. You're not choosing work over your kids. You're choosing a life that supports them. Your worth as a mother is not measured by how many events you attend, how many snacks you make, or how many forms you remember. You get to decide what matters most for your family. Here's the part we don't say out loud enough. Feeling overwhelmed doesn't mean you're failing. You're carrying an invisible labor that should be shared. The remembering, the anticipating, the planning, the emotional work, the coordination, the entire family's mental load. That's not that you can't handle it. It's that one person shouldn't have to. And your kids learn how to treat themselves by watching how you treat yourself. So when you show yourself grace, they also learn grace. When you set boundaries, they learn boundaries. When you practice self-compassion, they learn compassion. So let's get practical. Not in a fix everything overnight way, but in a way that actually feels doable. None of this is about becoming a different kind of mom. It's about loosening the grip of guilt so it doesn't run the show. Here's 7 simple shifts that make a real difference. Not because they're perfect, but because they're realistic. First, narrate your love. Kids can't see your thoughts. They don't know that you replay their face in your head during a meeting. They don't know that you felt torn when walking into work. They don't know how much you care unless you say it. So say things like, I thought about you today. I love being with you right now. I've missed you. This does 2 things at once. It reassures them and it softens your guilt, because guilt thrives in silence. Naming your love out loud reminds both of you that the bond is still there. Secondly, presence over perfection. This one matters more than we realize. Your kids don't need constant attention. They need attuned attention. 5 focused minutes where your phone is down, your body is turned towards them, and you're actually listening. That lands deeper than an hour where you're distracted, multitasking, or half present. Connection doesn't come from quantity. It comes from quality. So release the pressure to make it up to them. Just be with them when you're there. That's what sticks. Thirdly, release the mental load, not just the tasks. This is where a lot of moms get stuck. You might ask for help, but you're still managing everything else behind the scenes. You're still remembering, still tracking, still anticipating. That's not relief. That's delegation with supervision. Instead of handing off single tasks, hand off the entire category. Not, can you sign this form? But, can you be fully in charge of school communication this month? That shift matters because it removes the thinking work, not just the doing. And no, needing help doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're parenting in a way that's sustainable. Next is to talk to your kids about work. Kids fill the gaps when we don't explain things, and they often assume it's about them. So give them some context and reassurance. You might say, I help people feel better at work, and that matters to me, and I love coming home to you. This teaches them something important, that work isn't abandonment, that love doesn't disappear when you leave the house, that moms are whole people. They understand more than we think, especially when we speak calmly and honestly. Number 5, choose one intention, not a perfect day. This one is about lowering the bar on purpose. Most moms end the day feeling that they failed because they started the day with 10 invisible expectations. Cook a good dinner, be patient, stay present, get everything done, don't lose your temper, make it meaningful. That's just too much for one human. Instead, choose one intention for the day, not a performance goal, an anchor. Something like, tonight, I'll keep bedtime calm. Or, after work, I'll focus on connection for a few minutes. Or, today is an easy dinner kind of day. This gives your brain a place to land. And it's when the day inevitably goes sideways, because the kids are kids and life is life. You're not measuring yourself against everything you didn't do. You're asking, did I show up for the one thing that mattered today? If the answer is yes, that counts. And if the answer is no, that's not failure. That's information. You try again tomorrow. This is how you stop carrying the guilt into every night, not deciding ahead of time what enough looks like. Next is building your village on purpose. Motherhood was never meant to be done alone. Support doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human. That might look like a friend that you text honestly, an online community that understands, a partner who shares the mental load, or help you don't have to explain yourself to. Strength grows faster in community than in isolation. And finally, practice self-compassion, especially on hard days. This might be the hardest one. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself. If you wouldn't say it to your best friend, don't say it to yourself. Try, that was hard. or I did the best I could today, or I'm allowed to be human. Self-compassion doesn't lower your standards. It gives you the capacity to keep going. And your kids learn how to treat themselves by watching how you treat you. None of these steps erase guilt overnight, but together, they change the tone of your days. They remind you that you are showing up, you are doing meaningful work, and your kids are deeply loved, even when you can't be everywhere at once. That's not failing, it's real life. I know this season is heavy, and I know there are days when guilt feels louder than anything else, especially when you're doing your best and it feels like something is falling short. But here's what I want you to hear, clearly and without conditions. You are not failing, you are not too much, and you are not enough. You are a mom who loves her kids deeply and shows up in 1,000 invisible ways every single day. The early mornings, the mental math, the emotional juggling, the decisions that no one sees, and the worries that you carry quietly. That all counts, even when it doesn't look impressive on the outside. Working mom guilt isn't proof that you're doing something wrong. It's proof that you care in a system that asks mothers to carry an impossible amount with very little support. And you were never meant to do this alone. If you want calm, judgment-free support, simple pediatric guidance, practical tools, and a community of moms who truly get it, I'd love for you to join us inside the Confident Mom community. This isn't about doing more. It's about feeling steadier, more confident, and less alone in the life you're already living. You're doing better than you think, and you don't have to figure this out by yourself.